I'm Tommy Gay, Safety Specialist here at Southern Air. OSHA is changing the standards for exposure to crystalline silica. Employees exposed to airborne silica at previous acceptable limits face a significant risk of impairment to their health. Starting in 1971, OSHA implemented a permissible exposure level of 250 micrograms per cubic meter of air. However, now those levels have been reduced by 5 times, with a permissible exposure level of 50 micrograms per cubic meter of air and an action level of 25. Sometimes in construction, we work with materials that expose us to silica or work in environments where it's present. Because there's a possibility of encountering silica, workers need information to help protect them from becoming exposed. Because of this, a new rule has been established to safeguard Southern Air's most valued asset, you, the employee. Today we'll cover the following: what is silica, hazard recognition, hazard control, and safe procedures. What is silica? Often referred to as quartz, is one of the most common substances on Earth. Found in many common materials on construction sites, including drywall, sand, concrete, brick, rock, granite, and landscaping materials. The dust created by cutting, grinding, drilling, or otherwise disturbing these materials can contain crystalline silica particles. This respiratory silica dust can cause lung disease and lung cancer. It only takes a very small amount of airborne silica dust to create a health hazard. Hazard recognition. The lives of many individuals have been adversely affected by previous silica exposures and continue to be found on a majority of construction sites, regardless of the work being done. The continued presence of silica means it's likely more individuals will be impacted in the years to come unless proper procedures and control methods are utilized. Anytime you see dust, it's safe to assume it's silica, and you need to take the proper precautions to avoid inhalation. The primary tasks here at Southern Air that can expose you to silica dust are core drilling, rotary hammer drilling, jackhammering, floor cutting, using the quickie saw, or grinding materials that contain silica. Hazard control and safe procedures. Today, a good deal is known about the hazards of exposure to silica dust. It's very important for your health to work safely around materials that produce this dust, and Southern Air has employed multiple strategies you can use to avoid breathing it in. Rotary drilling is a very common task here at Southern Air, but it also can produce large amounts of silica dust. We've purchased a variety of attachments to combat the inhalation of dust while performing tasks with this tool. The battery-operated hammer vac is a self-contained HEPA vacuum allowing you to drill 5/8 diameter holes with one model or up to 7/8 with another. These require bits that are 6 inches in length or less. When suction decreases or dust comes through the bit box, the filter should be cleaned. Do not use water or air. Telescoping shrouds are compatible with corded or cordless rotary hammers for bits up to 5/8 inches in diameter. We have also introduced the Stingray to our inventory. Once hooked up to a vacuum, this seamlessly attaches itself to a wall, allowing you to drill holes of 2 inches in diameter or less without exposing yourself to harmful dust. The dust muzzle easily attaches to your small hammer drill. As you can see, the exposure to dust with the dry drilling is completely avoided with this tool. Emptying out the dust is also simple and safe. The chisel shroud may be used for your chipping task. Watch how easily Jason Roberts makes it look as he attaches this tool to his drill. There are 3 different chisel nozzles allowing you to match the length of your chisel between 10 and 18 inches. Core drilling is something we at Southern Air do on a constant basis. Look at all that silica dust Charles Cook is emitting into the air while dry coring. After shaping the new Bit Buddy tool to fit his drill, Charles gets back to work. You can see an instant difference in the amount of dust being kept out of the air and out of his lungs. Bit Buddies are available in 1 to 4 and 5 to 8 inches. Jackhammering produces a significant amount of dust. The jackhammer dust shroud minimizes that and accepts pointed and flat chisels up to 1 1/4 inches wide. It's also important to remember, water application alone can control the hazard. Wet cutting with the quickie saw is a prime example of this. We have more than 850 employees and certain tools may not be available when you need them. Don't ignore the hazards of silica dust. At a minimum, always add water when safe to do so. Continue proper work practices during housekeeping to include sweeping compounds, wet methods, voluntary use of N95 respirators, and vacuums that meet OSHA filter requirements. Using compressed air, dry brushing, and dry sweeping is now prohibited, As a team, it'll be up to us to determine tasks that may create silica dust and to determine safe procedures to protect our staff. Keep in mind, it's not always Southern Air we need to be on the lookout for. Check out these videos of other contractors exposing Southern Air to silica dust. Review. Silica is a very common mineral found in many materials common on construction sites. The dust created by cutting, grinding, drilling, or otherwise disturbing these materials can contain crystalline silica particles. It only takes a very small amount of airborne silica dust to create a health hazard. Anytime you see a dust cloud from drilling concrete or even dumping gravel, you can assume the silica exposure levels exceed safe working conditions. There are safety measures available to all Southern Air employees when working in these silica-producing conditions. Work with your project manager and safety department to determine which are available at your work site. Our goal at Southern Air is to keep our employees safe while working together to build a high-trust organization, committed to delivering results, acting with integrity, and demonstrating concern for the health and safety for our team, our fellow contractors, and our customers. Thank you.